Hello and welcome everybody. In this video we will show you how to stay focused for a long period of time. 3 years ago, when I started working, it was very difficult for me to concentrate well on the tasks from the beginning till the end. It was also hard for me to focus for a long period of time, which let me feel sorry for myself. But when I read about these tricks, I developed new habits and I become focused on my task for a long period of time. The tricks that I will show you are very simple and it works well for everyone. Keep watching the whole video and don't skip any of these important parts. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive all our news. 1. Train your brain by making a game out of it. Your mind is like a muscle. In order to use it effectively, we need to train our brains to stay focused by gradually working on our concentration. This will strengthen our ability to focus for a long period of time. A great way to begin doing this is through the Pomodoro method, in which you set a timer and are completely focused on a task for a period of time, such as 45 minutes straight. Then allow yourself a 15-minute break. If 45 minutes is a stretch, start with something more manageable, such as 25 minutes, and then give yourself a 5-minute break. The idea is to make a game of it. Challenge yourself to work diligently on your task until the timer rings. Then allow yourself to gorge on whatever distraction you want, but only for an allotted time. After the break, it's back to work again until the timer rings. You will be amazed by how much you can get done using this method. 2. Set deadlines. More hours worked doesn't mean you necessarily get more things accomplished. Parkinson's law says that work tends to expand to fill the time we have available for its completion. And the thing is, we usually fill any time remaining with distractions. This is because our mind is wired to conserve energy whenever possible. If we don't have to do something, there is a good chance we won't do it. Instead, we'll allow ourselves to get sucked into YouTube videos or a game app on our phone. On the other hand, when we are up against a deadline, we suddenly develop a laser-like focus and avoid distractions at all costs. When you know you have to get something done, you will figure out a way to do it. To eliminate distractions, give yourself a shorter time frame to finish your work. 3. Set a SMART goal. If your lack of focus is a result of feeling overwhelmed by a complex project, try breaking it down into smaller parts and plugging the smaller steps into the SMART formula. SMART stands for specific, what exactly needs to be done. Measurable, how will you track your progress? Achievable, is it realistic? Can it be done by the deadline? Relevant, how does it fit with the overall plan or bigger goal? Timely, what does it need to be done? When you take a large, complex project and break it down into smaller bite-sized tasks, you can boost your ability to concentrate and focus on a specific task. That's because you end up with goals that you actually feel like you can accomplish. 4. Get rid of distractions. We have been all there. Even with the best of intention to stay on task, we still catch ourselves scrolling through social media when we should be working on a project. We can't help but grab our cell phone the moment we hear a notification. And then there is email. If we aren't checking it every 5 minutes, we worry we might miss something important. Distraction can seem impossible to avoid. Statistics shows that distraction causes a massive loss in productivity. The typical manager is interrupted every 8 minutes, and employees generally spend 28% of their time dealing with unnecessary interruptions and trying to get back on track. Begin building habits that help you eliminate distractions and stay focused. Start by creating an environment in which you are less tempted to get preoccupied with something other than what you are working on. This isn't always easy to do. For one, many of us rely on a computer to do our work, but we also find our biggest distractions enabled by the use of a computer on the internet. If you constantly find yourself wandering over to video or shopping websites, try using a website blocker app. Work to create habits that signal to yourself and those around you that you are in distraction-free mode. Close the door to your office, put on noise-cancelling headphones, turn off your phone or put it on a silent and move it away from you. If you work in a noble office, you might find it helpful to move to a quieter location. Studies have found that distractions happen 64% more often in an open office, and we are interrupted by others more often in that environment as well. Remove as many excuses and distractions as you can so you can bring your full attention to one task at a time. 5. Clear your day up front before you start it. In the morning, before your workday begins, dedicate a few minutes to managing your schedule. A great way to do it is by applying the Convey Time Management Matrix. Have a moment to set your priorities and determine which tasks are truly vital and urgent that day, which are not so urgent but still very important and which you should avoid, either by delegating or eliminating altogether. This last type of tasks may be tricky because they will often be urgent through uninspiring issues like questions from colleagues concerning their problems, phone calls, and emails that you answer by default, only because you have always done it, and that's the way it's always been. Well, it doesn't have to be that way. Take control and make a conscious decision of what you are going to when they come knocking. Once you have made it, hold on to it and ruthlessly follow through. 6. Set your time. Don't forget about the most important element is time. Setting time slots for individual tasks makes them more substantial and less elusive. After you sit down at your desk, write a list of tasks with time allotment. Don't sweat if you run a little late with your schedule. It's solely for your orientation and to help you with future planning. Makes your day finite and grounds your workload in it, so you are able to keep track of every moment and avoid procrastination. 7. Be more mindful. Does your mind tend to wander away from where it's supposed to be? Don't worry, you are definitely not alone. Distracted thinking is common and something we all experience. However, this short mental vacation often makes it hard to focus on the task in front of you. That's where mindfulness comes in. According to the Mayo Clinic, being mindful means you can maintain moment-to-moment awareness of where you are and what you are doing, which is great news when you are trying to stay focused. By being mindful and recognizing when your attention starts to drift, you can quickly bring your focus back to where it needs to be. Plus, you can actually train your brain to be more mindful by practicing breathing techniques, meditation, and mindful movement such as yoga. 8. Close the door. Tell everyone that you are busy for a certain period of time and ask them not to disturb you. If you work all the time you are at work, instead of chatting with coworkers, you will gain a lot of time, which will let you move much faster and achieve even more. This also involves turning off your phone. Either do it completely or at least mute it so that nobody gets between you and your task. 9. Form better sleeping habits. It's a common misconception that your tasks are the only ones you should manage. In truth, we also have to manage our energy if we want to focus for a long time without getting distracted. Forming a habit of sleeping 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night makes you ready to focus for long hours for the next day. It's no secret that the majority of people are lacking in the sleep department, while a few nights of minimal sleep is okay. Not getting enough sleep most nights of the week can negatively impact both your short and long-term memory, as well as your ability to concentrate. To boost your sleep health, try to avoid caffeinated beverage after lunchtime. Switch off all the electronic devices an hour before bedtime. The light from these devices can stimulate your brain and prevent you from feeling sleepy. Take time to wind down, read a book, take a warm bath, listen to soothing music. 10. Make your habit work for you, not against you. It's normal to sometimes feel unmotivated to study. However, when that's always the case, it usually means that you don't have well-established study habits. Establishing study habits allows you to concentrate on your work immediately, even when you don't feel like it. Habits are actions that we do without even needing to think or motivate ourselves. Habits, however, are activated by cues. Feeling bored activates the need to get your smartphone. Feeling thirsty activates the need to get soda. Feeling hungry, stressed, or both activates the need to eat junk food. So how we can take advantage of these cues in order for our habits to work for us, not against us? Assign a work area that's only for doing work. By simply creating cues that reinforce our work, we avoid getting distracted by cues that activate other non-work habits.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive all our news.
If you learned something new today, then give the video a like and tell us in comments which step you like it more. And here's some others great videos I think you will enjoy. Just click on the left or on the right.